Manufacturing Module 1, Section 1.2, Production Systems. When considered in its entirety, a company can also be called a production system or enterprise. This system includes the manufacturing system or the logical grouping chosen for the plant's manufacturing processes. A production system is a socio-technical system that comprises of the manufacturing abilities, facilities layouts, and management philosophies and principles. In this section, we will discuss some of the various production facilities and learn about the role of quantity ranges in production. Upon completion of this section, learners will be able to analyze and assess different types of production facility layouts and discuss impacts of production quantity. Every manufacturing company has a manufacturing system, or the logical grouping chosen for the plant's manufacturing processes. All the other services in the factory, including design engineering, quality control, research and development, and transportation, are interconnected in order to support the manufacturing system in the production of goods or services. These subsystems, though useful, do not directly generate products. This is the responsibility of the company's manufacturing department. Production facilities represent both the physical equipment and their arrangement in an enterprise. Therefore, production facilities include the plant's manufacturing systems. The efficiency of production is highly related to the facility's design and location. For instance, it would make little sense to open a laundromat far from any residential community or a wood processing plant 100 miles from the nearest forest. There are multiple different facility layouts that can be used for manufacturing systems. Over the next few slides, we will discuss process layout, product layout, and fixed position facility layout. Process layout, also called job shop, is a facility layout strategy in which the grouping of equipment and personnel is based on the related process. In this type of layout, equipment is grouped based on the activities being performed, for example, a drill department or stamping department, instead of a product's production sequence. Advantages of a process layout include greater efficiency through increasing economies of scale, human resource benefits because the company can hire employees specialized on a particular process, and keeping production jobs relatively contained. Disadvantages of a process layout include less flexibility in specific product customization for a given consumer, and the total expense for each station is greater as each will require a full set of tools or equipment to manufacture the product. The example shown on the right of this slide is a sample of a process layout. Note that the department, equipment, process is not sequential. Also, the layout assumes that all departments or processes are in one facility, and it is important to note that it is not always the case. In a process layout, the semi-finished materials may have to travel a short or a great distance to arrive at their next production area. Product layout is designed to accommodate large production of similar products. It is frequently used in assembly line types of plants, such as the automotive industry. An assembly line is an arrangement of machines and workers into workstations so that the product being manufactured passes sequentially from one workstation to the next until completion, usually while being carried on a conveyor belt. Advantages of a product layout include increased productivity and a high rate of output and reduced unit costs. Also, product layouts allow for greater labor specialization with lower material handling costs. Disadvantages of the product layout include inability to be flexible to changes in volume. There is a higher probability of a whole system shutdown, and employees may begin to find the jobs as dull or repetitive. A fixed position layout is one in which the product does not move. It is either too bulky, large, or fragile, but the workers and equipment gravitate around it. This approach is used, for example, in the construction of ships or bridges. Workers in a fixed position layout site are typically highly skilled at performing multiple specialized tasks. Advantages of a fixed position layout include less material handling and high flexibility for changes in customization, volume, and design. However, disadvantages of fixed position layouts in many cases include having less space for production and greater administrative duties in managing the manufacturing of a product in its entirety on a single site. As noted earlier, the quantity produced by a plant affects the design of the facility. It also influences the type of manufacturing used and how it is organized. Therefore, production quantity is an important concept associated with production systems. Production quantity is defined as the number of units produced annually by the company. This concept is distinct from production variety, which indexes the amount of different products manufactured by the company. The plant's production quantity will fit into one of three categories: low quantity, medium quantity, and high quantity. However, it should be noted that the boundaries between these categories are not standard and vary from company to company. Each of these categories is explained in the following slides. Usually, when a plant's production falls between 1 and 100 units per year, it is said to generate a low quantity production. This is generally used in custom production, where the product is made to fit very specific requirements. The type of production suits a process layout or a fixed position layout depending on the size and weight of the product. A medium quantity production refers to a production of 100 to 10,000 units per year. It is supported by one of two types of process layouts depending on the product variety. Batch production is a type of production where products are manufactured in groups or batches instead of in a continuous stream. In batch production, large inventories are created at each station in advance. This type of production is used when large machines are involved, for larger quantities of goods, and for significant variations between product batches. Cellular manufacturing is a production layout where cells, workstations, equipment, or groups are designed to support the efficient flow of materials or products between each process in production. Cellular manufacturing is typically used to process one product at a time. High production, also called mass production, refers to any production annually surpassing 10,000 units. This production method typically involves one product for which demand is high enough to justify monopoly of the manufacturing system. Typically, high-quantity production companies have a smaller product variety and create very standardized products with no customization. Assembly lines are often used in this type of production, which aims to increase productivity and consistency of quality while reducing production costs. This cost reduction is mainly achieved through reduction of idle time in the plant and standardized processes. In summary, production facilities represent both the physical equipment and their arrangement in an enterprise. Most manufacturing facilities have process layouts, product layouts, or fixed position layouts for their production systems. Production quantity is an important manufacturing term to understand, as it is associated with the annual output of the company. It affects the design of the facility and also influences the type of manufacturing used. Understanding these basic concepts of manufacturing will help you understand how different types of manufacturing facilities operate.